I think the number one challenge that's stopping us from being successful in any domain is that we're oftentimes bottlenecked by who we think we are, our identity. For example, let's say if we're trying to do anything new, starting a new business, starting a new venture, starting a new habit. And what tends to happen is initially you catch pretty good momentum. Let's say things are going very well, right? And all of a sudden, for some reason, when you're at this peak of your momentum, you just slow everything down and everything will just fall back down to the baseline. And it doesn't make sense because consciously you want to be successful, but subconsciously there's this invisible force that's just pulling you back down. I think the reason is every time you're trying to do something new, you are trying to become a new person. But this new person, this new version of you is unfamiliar to you, to your brain. You don't really believe it. You don't really believe this is the person you're supposed to be. And you just subconsciously self-sabotage. You slow things down, you just roll back to your old habits. And I'm absolutely convinced this is the number one problem. This is the number one roadblock that's stopping people from becoming successful. But how do you combat it? Because there are people who successfully transform. There are people who successfully become the next version of themselves. I've certainly done it myself in the past. I've certainly successfully transitioned into a new version of me. And every time I did it was a moment when I committed fully to doing massive amount of action in a very short period of time with full intensity. I think this is how you do it because your brain literally doesn't have time to think, to process, but to accept and surrender to these new behavioral patterns that are associated with this new identity. Then you become that person.